Hi everyone, welcome back to Stag Voiceover. My name is Neil Glasgow. So in today's Before You Buy, I'm going to be covering a website that you might not have come across, but I think should be on your radar. So with that in mind, let's get into it. So if this is your first Before You Buy, what I do is I give you my ups and downs of a particular platform, where I think they work well, where I think they might be able to improve, and ultimately give you all the information I think that you need to make the best decision based on your particular career, your budget, and where you should be spending your time. What I don't do is give any negative reviews based on any experiences I've had or any experiences anyone I know's had. So with Vocadd, it's quite an interesting platform, and before I kick off the ups and downs, I want to give this disclaimer. Vocadd is a pay-to-play platform, but it is partnered with, owned by someone who also owns another platform called Idiom Talent Agency. Now, I will be talking about this a little bit later on in the video, so stick with me. But just so you're aware, I'm aware that they are connected and there are some contentious issues around that, but we'll cover that a little bit later on. So my first up for the platform is actually their membership levels. They are a pay-to-play website, as I've said, but their way of charging you is split out into different levels. So they have what is essentially a personal account, which is about $10 a month. Not unreasonable considering some of the other platforms out there. But what they also have is their represented prices. And the represented prices range anywhere from $15 a month, $14.99, $15 a month, $82 for 6 months, and about $135 for a yearly represented membership. And I'll break those down for you a little bit later on, but for now, given that it is a pay-to-play site and the memberships are comparable, if not cheaper, than some of the other platforms out there, yeah, I'll give that one an up. My next up on the platform is actually the jobs that they get through. Now, I can say with some confidence, actually, that the jobs that I see on Vocadd are among the highest paying jobs that I've seen on any pay-to-play website, hands down. We're talking about clients, and these are clients that I've seen, that I've auditioned for. These are clients, we're talking about Tesco, Disney, Coca-Cola, Nivea, and other major opportunities that are out there. And this is everything from character work and cartoons and just TV commercials and radio ad spots and everything. I don't think I've seen a job on there that's less than $1,200, all the way up to multiple thousands of dollars. And these are auditions for everywhere from America to Southeast Asia to Australia, Britain. They're all over the place. And they are not auditions that I have personally seen on any other website, any other pay-to-play website, any other free website, or even any of my agents have never sent me the same auditions. So, in my opinion, they're doing something right to get those auditions through. So yeah, that's a big up. My next up is they provide a resource section. So the resource section is kind of interesting, and I'll lump this all into one. But essentially, they'll say, okay, are you looking for training? And you'll click on that, and they will list predominantly American-based acting coaches, voice coaches that may have some affiliation with their platform. But again, if you're looking for a vocal coach, a voice coach, there's a resource there. If you're looking for an agency, there's a resource there. If you're looking for really anything to do with our industry, they've got a directory that will help you find those people. And all they say is, this person does X or this company does Y, they charge blah, 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 here's their contact details. And I don't know if there's anything that happens on the back end between these two organisations, but that it's there as a resource, yeah, I'll give them that. I like any platform that provides resource to its users to help them improve their craft. So that's an up all day long. My next up is, again, if you're new to the voiceover industry and you're not quite sure what to charge, if you're lucky enough that a client will come to you and say, yeah, we want to use you for a commercial spot perhaps, what they do is they actually break down a typical session for you to charge that out. So what that'll say is session fee will cost this, usage fee will cost this, buyout clause will cost this, and it's a fairly reasonable amount, but it gives you something that you could essentially just go copy and paste. Here you are, Mr. Client, Mrs. Client. This is what I charge and why I charge that. And again, it's just another resource that you can tap into if you're not sure what to charge. It's there and it breaks it down from everything from TV, commercial, IVR. There's a really wide variety that they're providing for you. And yeah, I quite like that. So that's another up. My next up is the profile that they encourage you to create. So you can upload, I think, about 18 samples for your demo, and that goes out into their directory. Now, as being part of Vocadd, you are allowed, inducted, however you want to think about this, and this is where we're getting a little bit contentious now, into Idiom Talent Agency. Now, that comes up as default, and you can upload 8 different representations onto your profile. So if you've got an agent, you can put it on there. If you're with another talent agency, you can put it on there. And essentially that is the client says, I want to use you. They can go through any one of these agencies to engage your services, or they can come directly. And this is where it becomes a little bit interesting with the Idiom Talent Agency. And I'm going to come to this, I promise. But for this point, they provide you a talent agency representation by being part of their site. Now, that is not available on the personal profile, but you can have it as part of the represented profile, and it kind of doubles your scope, your view, your availability out into the market. So I'll give them an up, but I do reserve the right to revisit this very soon. And my last up is they've got a really detailed breakdown of some industry terminology. So you might hear, we want something conversational, and you might not be sure what that means. Well, they've got quite a detailed, and to be honest, it was a good, if you don't know, breakdown of this is what a conversational read looks like. This is what we mean when we're talking about authoritative. This is what we mean when we talk about union status or the cans or whatever industry terminology is out there that you're not quite sure. This is quite an easy to digest breakdown. Okay, so we come to the downs of the platform. And this is a weird one because it's not actually anything wrong with the platform itself. The way that it's set up is actually really quite good. And as I say, the jobs that come through on there, they pay really well. But here's the thing. So, Vocadd is affiliated, connected with, owned with, however it's really set up. The CEO and owner of both companies owns each other. Now, if you are approached to join Idiom Talent Agency as a representative talent agency, they then say to you, you must, as part of their contract, join Vocadd. Now, Vocadd is a pay-to-play site. And herein lies the very weird issue, really, and this is where the down lies. If you're a talent agent, if you don't know, if any talent agent asks you to pay money to go on their books, run a country mile. Okay? No ifs, no buts. That idiom makes it part of their contractual obligation for you as a voiceover artist that you join Vocadd. That doesn't feel quite right. And I say quite right because frame this in a different context, and we're doing it all the time with multiple pay-to-play platforms. Now, if you're on, and I'll just use them for example, voices.com, you'll pay an annual subscription of, I think their Premier at the moment is $500, and their Super Premier, Elite, Deluxe, Gold, Black Diamond, Star is about 3,000, which is invite only. But that is a website, that's a pay-to-play website where you are paying to join it, and they also take 20% of the fee from you as the voiceover artist, from the total budget that's available from the client. They're not charging the client on top. Now, that is essentially a platform that's acting as an agent that's charging you 20% and charging you to be on the platform. Reframe that into what Idiom's doing, and it's kind of the same thing. Now, I'm giving it a down because, personally, pick one. Pick one or the other. You either run a talent agency, and it's a talent agency that brings people onto their books and they qualify them and vet them and know that they can make them as the talent agency money and they pump them out. You can also own a separate paid-to-play website. The two don't need to be mutually exclusive, which is what they have done. And that kind of rubs people up the wrong way. Now, I'll never give a pay-to-play website a hard time for being pay-to-play, but that you get the representation on Idiom through joining Vocadd, and that you have to join Vocadd if you are represented by Idiom. What am I supposed to do with that but give it a down? If they pick down the line one way or the other and just say we are a pay-to-play website and here's the jobs that you can apply for, I'll pay that money all day long because, as I say, I've been on the platform, I've seen the jobs, and one job would pay for 5, 6, 7 years of membership on the representative Vocadd membership. They're really, really good paying jobs. Now, whether they're coming through something to do with the Idiom Talent Agency, I really don't know. I don't know what it is that they're doing to secure those jobs, but they do have them. And people do get them, and people do get paid from them. You can't have it both ways. And you can't have that connection to Idiom. It's a down, and while it's the only one I'm going to give, because everything else on the platform is actually pretty good. I mean, the website's a bit basic, but I'm not going to give them a down for that. But the down I am giving is massive. In my head, is massive. It's a big, big down. It just rubs people up the wrong way. So yeah, that's my review. If you've liked it, give me a like and subscribe, all the usual YouTube things, share it, tell your friends. It genuinely does help the channel out. And again, just as a little shout out to the Reddit page that's up there for voiceover advice, if you've got anything that you want to contribute that just helps someone out, maybe it's a place that they could go to look for work, a new microphone, a new technique, a new artist, whatever. Promote something that helps someone else. That's what that page is there for, and I actively encourage you to go and check it out. And remember, you can absolutely be a voiceover artist. I'll see you in the next video.